Greetings, Matt Customer Service here again with another rant. Following on from my recent video about Nigel Farage and his problems getting his bank accounts closed down, I was pleased to see the report getting released to him to say exactly why that had happened. A lot of the time we see celebrities, TV celebrities particularly, sports celebrities, music celebrities, we see them going through life making mistakes, I think is the best way to describe it, and not seeing any comeback from it until maybe it's too late. It's kind of too late when they reach the court stage. So on so many levels, I felt that the release of this document stating what the bank thought of him was kind of cool, because it's high time somebody said something. Now, people might shout at him in the street and tell him what they think about him because of Brexit, good or bad. I don't necessarily believe he'd ever listen. Some people don't. Why should you listen to the man on the street? But when it comes from your bank, who should hold you in high regard, and they don't, well, maybe it's time to listen. Maybe change your ways. Anyway, enough about Farage. I wanted to talk about bullies today. Now, I don't appreciate bullies. I started with Farage because I regard him as a bully. If you look at one of the nice videos out there by a YouTuber, I think it's called Led by Donkeys, they did a nice video on him talking about how he was from school days right on up to the present day. And it doesn't paint him in a particularly nice way. And what it does paint is a picture of a bully, a racist and a bully. And I don't enjoy bullies. I don't tolerate them. In fact, I think I react pretty badly to them on so many levels. Well, we see more and more of it in the media. The YouTube and various other medias, the fact that most of us carry a mobile phone with recording facilities on us leaves us open to far more bullying, or a different sort of bullying, than we ever had in the past. Before the advent of the smartphone and the ability to record the nonsense going on around us, people could get away with bullying and not being recorded. But on the flip side of that, people are also now bullying because they can record it. Now, one of the places I typically work had an incident recently where what would they call them? A social auditor. Yeah. That not the most precise of terms. Basically, not a very nice individual decided to turn up at a building and start filming. Now, I don't know whether you're aware, when it comes to what you can film in public and what you can't, it's commonly accepted that if you see someone on the street and you want to take a video of them, you really do have to have the permission. It's manners. You can't just... And we see quite a lot of people will just happily video someone in distress. I think that's blooming awful, personally. It shouldn't be done. If you see someone in distress, if you see an animal in distress, you take action to help. You don't get your mobile phone out. What sort of person does that make you? But the same token, if you're videoing anyone in the street, just going about their daily life, their work, again, you don't get your phone out and start recording them and saying, oh, it's a social audit. No, it's not. You're just being nosy. You're just being nosy, rude, and you're getting in their face and you haven't asked permission. Permission is essential. Now, what we're seeing is a rising tide of these so-called social auditors, and they're basically mostly guys who like to go around and they will video they'll go video the back of a police station, the back of some part of the civil service, the back of the job centre, go into the job centre, just getting people's faces and act peculiar. And eventually someone will say something. And I think what they're doing it for is just to try and get a rise out of people. Unfortunately, the law doesn't really allow for these people to be dealt with properly. They often get away with pushing the boundaries to the limit where they get a beating, with good reason. And yet you can still feel that the law would come down on their side, even though they've done everything to lead up to that beating. I don't appreciate bullies. And these are bullies on every single level. I'm not going to link any of the videos for social auditors in the description. Lord knows I wouldn't want them to see extra traffic on their feeds because of what they've been doing, because it is bullying behaviour. But we're seeing more and more of it. And I think somebody needs to say something. Now, you can turn away and just not watch a video and mark with YouTube that you're not interested in it. But I think when we encounter such a person on the street, we need to start taking action. And you're going to encounter one eventually. Now, think about the way YouTube works. Now, at the moment, I'm recording in a quiet place, and I have to be very careful when I record because I don't want copyright material to be playing in the background. It creates an issue for me, and the same would apply to anyone else who creates their own YouTube videos. You have to be careful with what you include. When they're out on the street, a social auditor has no such control over the environment. So they might be trying to kick off and start a fight and basically make someone who's probably doing a job, trying to go about their business, make it hard for them. It's not nice, but we can fight back. Now, you don't have to engage with these sort of people. Not at all. What you can do is take advantage of the other technology we're blessed with. Little pocket speaker. There are many about. You can take your and start playing copyrighted music. Fire up the Spotify, the YouTube, whatever it happens to be that your preference is, and start playing copyrighted music. Because then they will not be able to include sound on their recording. So the very next time I see a social auditor turn up at my place of work, or anybody else's for that matter, I'm going to get my speaker out, and if I've got the time, I'm going to start playing some of my favourite tracks. Now, they've either got the choice. They can walk away, try again some other day. Tackle me. Really? Really? Because it's quite okay to play my music in public. Up to a point. And I'll quietly explain that this is what I'm doing until they go away. Take a stand. I think it's time we all did. Anyway, thanks for listening to my rant, and I do wish you the very best of days. Bye for now.